The issues that we should be focusing on this week, the expectation at least, is that we'll be looking at some very complex issues, including the services framework, including anti-dumping, including safeguards, which is to say temporary restraints on imports. And this pertains, with the case of China, particularly to textiles. China is a very large textile exporter. Trading rights is another area in which people will begin to focus. They have been looking at this up until now, but I expect that focus to sharpen this week. We also expect there to be discussions on agriculture. There have been, over the course of the last few months, some agreements reached, tentative agreements reached in other areas, but the objective now is to pull everything together. And I mean that also in a literal sense, because the Secretariat must compile all of the negotiated agreements on services and goods and put together what we call schedules of commitments, which would open the Chinese market to foreign suppliers. And that's, of course, a complicated and very time-consuming process. What we, I think, would really realistically hope for would be to continue the progress made the past couple of months, keep the ball rolling, continue the momentum, try and achieve agreement in some of the complex areas. If it takes another session or two, that's really not a tragedy. The important thing is to get it right.
Happy New Year.
I think I've come for a few days, and I have a strong sense that many of the major players have political will to wrap up the negotiation in substance. And so I think there is some expectation to conclude the substantive work during this session. And I think so long as we show real political will and flexibility, I think we're still very hopeful to conclude the whole negotiation.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Go with the mic, Natasha. I have no sound.
For the forthcoming session, I think then we'll